What's going on, everyone? As per the usual, judging by the title, what you're probably going to be seeing here today, no, what you are going to be seeing here today, recon highlights. Basically, it's going to be, well, if most of you are probably already familiar with it by looking at the title if you're a regular subscriber, but if this is the first video for you, the recon highlights basically for me are matches that on their own have long gaps in between the kills. Probably wouldn't be entertaining to watch 12 minutes of maybe 10 to 15 kills. So I figure what I'll do is I piece together the kills and then put 4 or 5 matches together in an 8 to 10 minute video. So that's basically the formula. If you're a subscriber already, sorry for repeating it, but it bears saying it because I get a lot of new comments and all that on these new videos. So just bear with me on that intro there. What you'll be seeing, of course, as per the usual, is several different sniper rifles. And this one I know for sure, the SV98, the JNG90, the M98B, of course, my favorite. And maybe the L96 or the M4A5, one of the two. If you have specific sniper rifles you want to see specifically, let me a request and send me a request in the comments, and hey, maybe I'll be able to do it for you. Basically, I have regular success in the same sort of maps. Operation Metro Rush, as you're going to be seeing in several different instances. You even see it here right now as you're listening to me talk. And I have a few in the endgame maps that came up as well. Lately I've had trouble getting a lot of kills with sniper rifles, speaking anyway. I don't know why that's the case. Mostly because my internet's awful. Not to do with the guns, but just because I get disconnected from servers where I'm actually doing good. And plus a lot of the time, like, I won't be able to get all servers where it's evenly balanced, or I'm on, like, you know, the highly unbalanced side. It seems as if lately, for the last month, I've had trouble staying connected. And when I actually do get in a match, I'm on the end that's, well, 1 on 12, and, well, I get pushed back off the MCOMs within 2 minutes, so I can't get a lot of recon highlights. But I've been pushing through it, and I've got a few. I have at least enough recon highlights to put up another 1 or 2 more videos too. So, and this one tends to be my most popular series, if you could call it a series for whatever reason. The recon highlight series. You guys seem to like it. It gets the most views. It gets the most likes. I know a lot of you guys found me through my long-range sniping tutorial or my tips to level up the recon video that I made almost a year ago to this day, I think. So I understand you guys like recon. I'll continue to post it. If you're still listening to my commentary at this point, though, I have a request for all you guys that are subscribed and are regular viewers. Let me know how you found my channel. It's always been something I've been wanting to ask, but I just keep forgetting, because I'm always curious to see how you guys found me. If it was through specifically my one long-range sniping tutorial, if it was through a random video, if it was through a YouTube suggestion video. Just, if you do remember, let me know in the comments, because I do actually like hearing about where people found me on YouTube. I'm almost at 7,000 subscribers. I, to be honest, never thought I'd even reach that point. Never. I never thought I'd still be doing this thing, to be honest with you. It was my brother and my cousin basically said, hey, you post more entertaining or you have more entertaining gameplays than most of the people I see on YouTube, so maybe you should try it. So at the time I did, figuring, this isn't going to last. And sure enough, almost, 2 years later, I'm still doing it. Still every once in a while get a great joy out of doing it. Now I do it because it's still entertaining to make videos, still entertaining to interact through the comment section, but you got to keep in mind I've always been and probably always will be that active person that plays tons of sports. Especially throughout the summer months, I barely ever play video games. So it's still 2 years later hasn't really sunk in that I'm still doing this. But yet it still takes me an hour or two maybe to put together a few videos, render them, and put them up for your enjoyment. Anyway, what I wanted to really talk about real quick, of course there's the real quick, it's just a bad habit, I keep saying that, is I get a lot of questions a lot of the time of when I'm sniping, where to position myself or where to go to get lots of kills. And that's basically a multi-answer part to that question. The first part is, well, it gets easier if you've played several maps with the same type of players. because you get to, like in this particular match here, I remember, even though this gameplay was a while ago, the type of players I was playing against in this match weren't very aggressive. They like to sit back as recon or support, and those guys are the ones that give you tons and tons of kills. Those are the servers you absolutely, well, you never leave when you get in them, because they make a recon player, a defensive recon player's dream. They just sit back and shoot at you. You duck out of the cover, wait for suppression to go away, and you have 4 or 5 different targets at medium range to blow away, and you notice evident several times in this match. So sometimes, obviously, it's luck to who as opponents you get. It's usually just like any YouTube player or any person that posts videos on YouTube out there would probably agree, unless they want to save their ego. Most of the gigantic matches you ever get are because the opponents aren't very good. Because, well, logically speaking, if you're a console and you happen to be playing 12 people in the lobby, if you're having a wicked helicopter match, all it takes is 1 or 2 guys with stingers, and bam, you're down. So you need a lot of those 12 to really not be running stingers to have a good match. And the same goes with recon. If a lot of guys are rushing and they're using proper flanking techniques for rush, you're going to have a hard time getting lots of kills with recon. The second tip is probably to, well, observe your minimap. Figure out the patterns of what they're doing is the first step. Number 2 is to observe your minimap and hope your teammates spot. I don't know how many people actually out there in the Battlefield community spot. I'm thinking it's around maybe 50%. Some probably don't even know where the spot button is. But if your team's highly proficient in spotting, there's a good chance you're going to have a big day, because they'll pull up on your minimap and all you have to do is shoot and kill. The third is to put yourself behind cover like I am with this rock. And basically adding to that third little dimension is to really stay in one locale. You want to minimize the amount of angles you have to being shot. And by doing that is by taking cover, because obviously the less you have exposed of yourself, the much higher difficulty a shot you present for the other team. But on top of all that, it's minimizing your angles. And what I'm talking about here, see how I look straight ahead? Or like in this case here, I'll just give this quick metro tunnel part here. In this part here, looking straight ahead is where there's going to be the enemies coming from, because they're trying to defend. From the right behind me, or even here I guess, from the right behind me in the tunnel, or right here, because I'm basically in Wake Island in my spawn, you know there's going to be no one behind you, because there's, well, the ocean to the left and to the right of you. There's going to be no flank angles from the left, so it's going to be basically putting the enemy in front of you, and that's your goal. Reduce the angles that you have to being shot from by taking cover and putting yourself in an angle that you can't really be flanked. Like in here, the only real angles I have to being shot from was where I shot the guy and partly off to the right. So, understand angles and things become much easier. See you later.